So we protect our phones with insurance, we protect our cars with insurance, we protect our houses with insurance, we protect everything with insurance, but the one thing that it seems like we're missing is the most important asset that we have of all of those. More important than our retirement, more important than our house, more important than our car, more important than any investment account. The most important asset that we have is often the last one that gets the insurance that it needs. What is the most important asset that you have? Keep watching and I'll tell you. Welcome to the channel. My name is Paris Clough and this is Financial Self-Reliance. I absolutely love helping people manage, protect, and grow their money. Please like and subscribe so that you can help get the word out so that we can have more people that are financially literate and financially self-reliant. All right, the most important asset that you have is you. You're the most important asset. Think about it. You're your most important asset because all of the learning, the education, all the things that go into what make you you, not only what makes you you in terms of your knowledge, but what makes you you in terms of your skill sets, the things that you can do to continue to make money. An asset is something that brings you money. It brings you income. So because you can work and you have skills and you have capacities and you have knowledge and you have the abilities, you're the one that needs to be insured the most. So whether it's life insurance or disability insurance, you have got to protect your most important asset, and that's you. In this video, I'm going to focus in on the importance of having life insurance, but disability insurance is critically important as well. One of the most foundational questions about life insurance is, why do I even need it? Why do I need to have life insurance? In some parts and phases of your life, it's going to be an obvious answer. In other parts and phases of your life, not so obvious. So what I'm going to do in this video is I'm going to go through every phase of someone's life and I'm going to tell you why you need life insurance in each of those phases. And this is coming from someone who's been a licensed life insurance agent for over 20 years. So let's say that you're single, you have no responsibilities, or so you think. You are living life, everything's great, you're by yourself, you're making your income, you're doing your thing. If you were to die, no big deal. You don't need life insurance, right? Wrong. If you were to die today, who would put you in the ground? Would your parents, your grandparents, would you have friends that would put you in the ground? Do they have anywhere between $10 to $15 and maybe even $20,000 readily available to make sure that all of your funeral expenses are paid for on time? Even if they did have that money, do they want to spend it on a funeral expenses for you? If they don't have that money, what kind of a hardship would that put them into to be able to have to come up with that kind of money in order to make sure that you're buried properly? I just moved away from California, and the city that I lived in California was actually known. It was the #1 city in the state for car washes to raise money for funeral expenses. Is that the kind of legacy you want to leave behind? When you pass away and you're looking down from heaven, hopefully, do you want to have everybody having to be scrambling and getting all the things together to create a car wash in order to raise enough money? Or do you want to have everything already set in place and already put together? Frankly, when you're young and you're single, life insurance can be really inexpensive, and it's an absolutely essential part of your overall financial plan. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button if you're getting value out of this video. Okay, so let's move on. You've just gotten married. You're no longer single. Now it's a little more obvious why you might need to have some life insurance. If you were to pass away, would your spouse or significant other be in a hardship? Would they have to come up with tens of thousands of dollars in order to pay off debts or bills or loans or student loans or home mortgages? What would be the hardship that you would put that person under? So if you're brand new married and you don't have life insurance, it's time to start thinking about getting life insurance, because you're going to put your spouse and significant other into a serious hardship if you were to pass away before you were ready. All right, so now you've had your first kid, you've got a family that's growing. Now the opportunity for life insurance, or the idea or the reasons for life insurance, are even more obvious, because if you were to pass away, you would leave behind children and your spouse, and those types of things are very important. If you're a breadwinner, especially if you're a breadwinner, even if you're not a breadwinner, you want to make sure that you have money left behind for those people who are the breadwinners. For example, a lot of times people would say, well, I don't work outside the house. Why do I need life insurance? You need life insurance because if you were to pass away, the person who does work outside the house is going to want to take some time off to mourn, I hope. They're also going to need to be able to take time to find somebody to take care of the kids. One of the reasons why they were able to go outside and work and make the money and be the breadwinner was because there was somebody at home taking care of the kids. Now that you're gone, no one's taking care of the kids. Daycare is very expensive. So somebody who's not a breadwinner or not working outside the house still needs to have life insurance so that they can provide enough money for the breadwinner to be able to pay for those things, especially childcare, that the homemaker or the spouse that stayed at home was doing and was able to provide for that family. There's a lot of work that goes into being a homemaker. So don't you dare think for 1 minute that just because you're a homemaker, you're any less valuable. All right, make sure to smash the like button and hit subscribe if you're getting value out of this video. So let's move on to the next phase of life. Your kids are grown and gone. You've made it. Congratulations. You're free finally from all of the responsibilities and the hassle and the kids and the braces and the cars and the phone upgrades and all the different things that go into having and raising kids, which, by the way, I love kids. I have 5 of them myself. So I absolutely love having kids, but I'll definitely agree that sometimes it can be a financial challenge to figure out how to balance and juggle all the things that you've got to do and pay for. Now that you've grown, you've had your family, you're about to retire, what are the reasons why you might need life insurance now that you're in retirement? Let's take a look at that. There's a lot of people that tell me that once they're retired, they don't need life insurance anymore because now they have enough assets or enough money that's saved up in their investments that could pay for all the things that they need to have paid for in the event of their passing. Well, that might be true, but unfortunately, there's still something called estate taxes. And even though you have estate taxes, you don't want to have half of your net worth or half of your assets eaten up by Uncle Sam and his cronies coming after your money. One of the most powerful ways to plan properly for your estate and for your passing is to have life insurance that will take care of the tax bills that you will have as you pass your estate from your generation to your next generation, whether that's to your children or your grandchildren, or even if you're passing that money to a charity or some organization that you really support. There are only very few reasons why somebody shouldn't have and doesn't need to have life insurance. And more often than not, they don't have nearly enough for what they actually need. So whether you're single, you're recently married, or you're married with kids, or you're married and retiring, it's critical to have life insurance so that you can take care of the financial burdens that might come up at every phase of life. Before I share with you one more critical reason why you need to have life insurance, I wanted to let you know that I, as a life insurance agent, can sit down with you and go over your current situation and make sure that you have enough life insurance and that you have the right kind of life insurance. If you're interested in having a review with me about your current situation with your life insurance, send me an email at hello@financialselfreliance.net with a question about life insurance, and I'll make sure to get back to you as soon as possible. If you don't want to have a review with me, I've provided a link in the description below where you can go and get a life insurance quote right now. I have partnered with Ethos, and Ethos gives you the ability, no matter what kind of family you have right now, whether it's just you by yourself, you and your spouse, your spouse and your kids, or your retirement, you can find affordable life insurance by clicking the description in the link below, answering a few questions. There's actually no medical exam, just a couple of health questions, and you can actually have life insurance in force within a matter of minutes. Click the link in the description below to see how much life insurance will cost for you. Make sure that you get your most important asset insured properly. Another critical consideration for those of you who are in those later years, who are retired, who are looking into those golden years with all the joy of being retired and the things that you'll be able to do. Often I find that there's going to be one of you that will outlive the other. And I've had the opportunity to sit down with a spouse that survived, and the spouse that was left behind, if there was no life insurance, often they will struggle. I'm literally working with a client right now whose husband just passed away. His income and his Social Security was significantly higher than hers. But because he set himself up properly and he put together a plan, his wife, who survived him, is going to be set up and she's going to be taken care of. And she'll have an income and she'll have everything that she needs for the rest of her life. So a significant reason to have life insurance in your twilight years is so that when you pass away and your spouse is still alive, he or she will have enough money to continue out their golden years with enough gold to make it last. I hope that you now know why you need to have more life insurance. Whether you're single, recently married, married with kids, or retired and living the good life, it's important to have life insurance, and it's important to have the right amount of life insurance. I hope you got a lot out of this video. If you missed my last video, it's right here. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel up here, and check out this video that YouTube thinks you might like. I look forward to seeing you on the next video.